Hello everyone, this is Jim Slagle, once again, North America Sales Manager for TRBOnet, and we're going over TRBOnet Plus dispatch and tracking software for your Moto Turbo system. So at this point we're on our job ticketing, and this is really a great feature for a lot of different reasons. A lot of people think, oh, job ticketing, that's good for hotels. But I tell you what, it's good for a lot of reasons and a lot of different positions. It's good for hotels as well, but I tell you, I can see a lot of use for job ticketing. Now, first off, let me show you that you can still hover over your radios from the screen, and you can still be your dispatcher. You could, whoever you need to contact, you can do that just like normal. So even though you're on the job ticketing screen, if you do have limited space, you can still do everything you need to do. So with job ticketing, it's a way of assigning a job to a radio or a radio group, so to one individual or to everybody in maintenance. So, and you can hold them accountable to make sure they've done the job. So a lot of people, again, say it's good for hotels, and it is. It's great for hotels, but it's also, you know, I've seen some people be very creative with job ticketing. We have a concrete company that uses our software, because concrete companies get paid differently for drive time, because they got to drive to a job site, and then a lot of times they have to wait because the people aren't ready for the concrete to be poured, so they have to sit there and wait until they're ready to pour the concrete. And each of those three things is a separate job ticket and a separate billing cycle. So you can have one drive time, that could be one job ticket, and then you have the exact amount of time that the person took to drive there. Another job ticket could be wait time, and then of course the last job ticket could be your pour time. So when you have to bill that person, you can say, okay, it took me 30 minutes to drive there. I waited for 2 hours, and then I poured for 30 minutes. So you can bill appropriately. So don't just think indoor, don't just think hotel, although it is great for hotels, but also think outside the box. So anyway, so with the job ticketing, it's really easy to create a job ticket. So I'm just going to go here and I'm going to push add. You can also push F2, whatever you want, whatever's comfortable for you. You can have pre-made templates if you have a certain kind of job ticket you want to do. You can enable a deadline. When I enable a deadline, my default deadline is 15 minutes. You can make your default deadline whatever you want. And it's 15 minutes, but if I wanted to add some time to it, if I wanted to give them 5 minutes extra, I could push an extra 5. You can see the time change. If I wanted to get them extra hour, I could push an extra hour. So even though I have a deadline, I could change it on the fly. So then my job ticket's going to be report to room 412. So let's say it is a hotel, and I can say notify on status changes if I want to check that box, or notify if the ticket is not accepted. So it would time out after a certain amount of time, whatever time I pick, and I'd be notified, hey, nobody accepted that ticket. But anyway, I'm just going to do a simple job ticket. I'm going to create one. So all these colors I have down here are all selected. So you can do any color you want. I just put a different color for everything just to show. But it also makes it easier if you have certain colors that are maybe like the supervisor wants to see that job tickets are in progress. So they want to make sure that the in progress is a certain color, so they know if the job's not done, it's in progress. Because once what happens is I can create a job ticket. Now I'm going to assign it to somebody. So I can right click and I can assign it to an exact radio. So I can assign it just to Brad Pitt, or I can assign it to everybody in maintenance. So I'm going to assign it to everybody in maintenance. And once it's assigned, you can see down here, it's a certain color. So now I'm going to take this job ticket and I'm going to accept it. I can easily go straight from, you know, I can just go to start and it would start the job ticket. Just to show you, you'll see it changes color real quickly when I push the button. I accept it. Then I'm going to go here and I'm going to start the job. So you'll see me push the button and it'll go to start real quickly. And then just to show how good I am, I'm going to complete this job and let's see what happens. So I complete it. And you can see the job ticket's green. Now I started a job ticket earlier, so I'm going to go to it and let's see, I'm going to complete it and let's see what happens. So I complete and you notice it stayed red. Well, the reason that is because I completed it late. So if you create a job ticket and you put a time limit and they go over that time limit, then it's red. So that's a good way to measure somebody's performance. So when you go through, and you can run endless reports, you can just, as many as you want. You can say, I want to report on Brad in maintenance, or I want a report of everybody in maintenance, or whatever you want. You can run endless reports. So you can measure people's performance. So you can see, okay, I have 20 people in maintenance. When I assign my job tickets, I assign them to everybody in maintenance. Well, I have 5 people that rarely take a job ticket. So that's troublesome because they're not pulling their weight. And then I have 2 people that take job tickets all the time, and they're completing them on time, and they do more job tickets than anybody else combined. Wow, I think I'm going to promote these 2 people. And then I have a couple people that take job tickets, but they're late a lot. So I need to retrain them. So you measure people's performance. And if you ever had to let somebody go because of their job performance, it's nice that you have something that HR can point their finger at, because, you know, in the litigious society we live in, you have to have proof if you're going to let somebody go. If you're going to fire them, you have to say, look, last month I gave you 50 job tickets. You completed 48 of them late. I am really sorry, but you're just not cutting it, and I'm going to have to let you go. And at the same time, you can use it to promote somebody. You can say, wow, this man or woman is always doing their job tickets on time. I'm totally going to promote them. They're fantastic. They deserve a raise. They're going to now train people on how to do the job and everything. So you can really do this to be more effective and more efficient. You can also assign job tickets and not have a time limit. So I'll do one now, and I'll just put go to lobby of casino. So we're at a casino now. So go to the lobby of the casino. So then I'm going to assign this to, and this time I'm going to assign it to an exact radio differently than I did before. So I'm going to assign it to Paul Blart. And okay, so Paul Blart has it, and he's going to go straight to start just to show you. And when you assign it to an individual, you get a message that they got it, because you want to make sure if you do sign it to an individual that it goes through that individual. A group, it's going to go through to somebody, even if somebody's radio's off or whatever, you know somebody in that group's going to get it. So I'm going to start this job, and you can see it immediately changes color when I push the button. And then I'm going to finish it, complete it, boom. So everything's great. Now I'm going to show you one last thing. What you can do if you create a job ticket, and let's say it's a plant, and you send it to maintenance to replace the heater, whatever. So I'm going to assign it to Brad Pitt. So I'm going to go down here and assign it to Brad Pitt. Okay. So it comes up that went through, but Brad Pitt's busy, so he can't do it. So he's going to reject it. Let's see what happens. So he rejects it, and it goes back up for reassignment. So if you want somebody to do a job ticket but they don't have time, then they can reject it, and it'll go back up for reassignment. And that's something that can also be in the reports too. You know, wow, Brad Pitt really rejects a lot of job tickets. So that's not good. So maybe we're overworking him. Maybe he needs retraining. Maybe he's lazy. I don't know. So anyway, but this is a good way to measure the performance of your people and have that backup you need. So casinos are great for the, you know, when you combine the indoor tracking with the job ticketing, you really got something special, because not only are you able to see where people are on the map, if you need somebody to go to the poker room, then you can look and say, okay, who's closest to the poker room? If a fight breaks out and you want somebody from security to go there, you know who's closest from security. So the indoor tracking with the job ticketing is a powerful tool. But again, don't feel like you're in a box with the job ticketing. Be creative, and there's other ways to do this and to measure job performance. So even if it's to drivers, drive to location 612 Main Street, you know, they have an assignment, they have to drive a certain place, maybe it's a delivery they have to pick up or whatever. So don't think job tickets just for hotels, although in the hotel industry we do integrate with Hot Sauce, which is a very popular software. So that's job ticketing. I appreciate everybody's time, and we'll have another video soon.